My thoughts are images I have made. As we're getting deeper in this, naturally are these things becoming more intensified, I mean, this is intense, right? Yes, we can understand this from one level, from one degree, saying the images in my mind are somewhat fabricated fantasies of things as my memories and what I can see, and we can tell that that's fabricated. But then it gets into this sense of seeing. And that this is how seeing was made, and your image making. And this actually gets into the sense of projection of the world. That we're actually, through our sensory perceptions, distorting our reality to look like images. So it talks about that light around all things. And this is quite literal. This is only the beginning of this extent and this journey to what knowledge is referencing to, of the reality of what is. So as I've talked about before, the spiritual universe, that this is what this is about, as God's world intended is a spiritual nature, free, liberated reality, that it can be in any sense of anything, and it doesn't stop there. That this idea of death and separation is thanks to, referred to as a knowledge of good and evil, where now we will have a body and die. Before this, we did not have bodies, and we were just spirits and free to be and think and to do and live anyway, because nothing had consequences, and it was not in this sense. And so what we want to recognize, that this course is in the thinking process, psychological understanding, to discover that reality again. It is here and now. And if you actually see physical bodies and you see shapes and forms, you are in that obsession of your mind, that image making, and making the world look this way by your visual perception projected outwards, your belief systems projected outwards. So we can't even talk to you. We can't even tell you what it is. You're too busy thinking we're bodies and separate from you. That we can't even get to you and tell you the truth. I know I'm saying it a little funny, because you're insisting that we're somebody you don't know, that we're strangers and all these different things. And the whole world, the whole universe has always been trying to help you to see, say, in the sense of vision, and what vision is, to actually see. And that when you're seeing that white light, as I discussed, that it's more so opening your eye, as we refer to it, instead of just your eyes. Opening your eyes. It's not about separation and duplication and bodies and objects, but that you're actually in reference to the spiritual nature of the universe. This is all the energy and experiences of what is that connective, all unified essence of all that is. That naturally, knowing this is that sense of happiness, that when you are feeling happy, you are essentially closer, and say you have less definitions in your mind projected outwards. So that's why going to this process, going to what knowledge is all about, is considered and called nirvana, in which most people, using Buddhist terminology now, don't recognize that this is an actual occurrence, that all of this truth of all religions, it is all there and discoverable, and that you are on this path of completely awakening the true essence of yourself, and that you're on this journey opening all of this reality. I mean, don't stop here. This is absolutely mind-blowing, mind-boggling. Just recognize and grasp. I don't know why I'm so excited today. I'm just so excited. Just keep going. You're doing a great job. So I'm so glad to have this whole process here for you to be able to recognize that this thinking process in which we're adjusting to is how we discover the world intended by the creation of all that is, by what God intends for, say, human beings, mankind, to experience. But we have this sense of, and the whole reason to explore, of free will. So we have to choose it ourselves. And that's what you're doing with this course, choosing it yourself. Recognizing that these images I have made in my mind are making images in the world. And that this is all images that I have made myself. Regardless if they're passed down generations, regardless if I learned them, I have made them. And therefore I can surrender them.